was it to defend Deming. It just seemed like he took over the game late, and the coach was saying she was the second best player in the conference, and just a freshman, she looks like she could be really dynamite.
Yeah, I honestly thought we did a good job containing her. Like, I figured she'd have about 20 going in because that's typically what she does, and she takes a lot. Our goal was to have her have as many points as shots she took or less. You know what I mean? Her shot attempts needed to be greater or equal to the shots or the points she scored. That was our goal. I thought their post player really hurt us. Not Fox, number 22. She had a great game for them. Way above her average. She was above her average at halftime in terms of scoring. And then, give Boyd credit. She hit a couple shots late that really kind of broke our back, and we didn't make enough shots to win. We got some great looks in the second half, and that was the difference. I thought they made shots. They missed one free throw in the second half. They did everything they needed to do to win the game. So give them credit. I don't feel like we've lost it as much as they just won it. We didn't really beat ourselves besides not making shots. They went out and took the game.
Rebounding, I was talking to him earlier. At one point in the first half, you guys were up. It was 19-17. You guys were beating them 22-12 on the boards, and then they turned it on later in that first half, and then really turned it on in the second half, and that seemed to be a big difference.
Well, they didn't miss many shots early, and then we got a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half, but we didn't have a lot to show for it. I think we had 10 at halftime, and some of those possessions, we were getting 2-3 possessions, and we were just missing shots. We, shot a very low percentage, and I'm just so proud of our team. I thought we fought and we competed and we did everything we could, but Wright State tonight, they were a better team.
Coach, can you just talk about the defense adjustments you made? In the first half, you had Wright State taking some crazy shots. They hit some. Of course, you can't do anything about that. But just what kind of defensive mindset did you have going into the game?
Just making their shots tough. We try to get around the post, and Fox did a great job. She works hard for position and battles, and honestly, we can show film to our players of how you seal. Like, she did a fantastic job, and then you want to take the other post player, like how you offensively rebound. They play really well off each other, and like what one is good at, the other one maybe isn't so strong, so they complement each other extremely well, kind of like Michaela and Raven. But they're two senior players that have played a lot together. And on the guards, in terms of that, we wanted to make Deming shots hard, and I thought we did for the most part. She hit a couple that were tough, and we were going to live with that. And then I thought she missed a lot that were tough also.
Amanda, you're talking about the shooting. Yeah, 23, 76, 30%. It's hard to win when you shoot.
It is hard, and it's kind of been our MO a little bit, and at home, and we got to get over that. We want to protect our home floor, make this a tough place to play, and we got to shoot it better at home.
You think nerves kind of came into play tonight?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
What do you take out of this? Raven talked about, maybe they start a tradition with postseason play. I know it's hard to put it in perspective, the game just ended, but what do you take out of this for future postseason play?
Well, I think for a team, they need to understand if you're playing right now, you're very good. Like, the teams that maybe aren't as good aren't playing anymore. And so whoever you draw in whatever tournament you're in, everybody's going to be really good. And, Wright State, they're third in their conference. They're a really good team, player for player. And no matter what we're in next year, it's going to be the same thing. But I want our team to expect to be in something this time of year every year.
How big was it for you guys, for your younger players, to get this postseason experience for next year?
Yeah, it's huge. We've tried to schedule deep as far as we could on our own, so they got used to playing it, and now to play even further is just another step in the right direction. And just very fortunate that our administration said we're going to host a game and put up the people working, put up the facility. Not every school would do that, so we're very fortunate that we have an administration and such a great support system here.
The atmosphere tonight, was that?
Yeah, it was great. It was loud a few times, and I think that's going to continue to get better as we continue to build our program. All season long, our attendance got better, and we're getting some people that we're getting them hooked and coming back, and they know the team and stuff like that, and that's part of tradition also.
What does it say about your team to make history?
We really try not to focus on that. We just try to focus on we're here, that's great, now what are you going to do about it type thing. So I think as time passes, they'll appreciate it more, especially Madison and Malia. They're really upset right now, but when they look back at the growth of our program and how important they were to that, they're going to, I think, have a great feeling. Obviously, they don't feel great right now, but like Raven said, without them, we're never where we are right now. And those two, Jessie Stapleton, Jenny Wiest, players that have gone through, Sydney Stallberg, have gotten the most out of what they've naturally been given. And if we continue to recruit a higher caliber player as a freshman and they'll do the same thing, then we're just going to continue to get better.
How do you think your team will handle the higher expectations? Now that you made the postseason, you guys are going to be expected to make it every year now.
I think that's on us coaches to, dictate the atmosphere of the program. If we go in and we let them think they're pretty good, then that's how they're going to be. If we go in and, challenge them every single day and we focus on the process a lot like we did this year, I think with the returning group we have, they'll respond and, they want to be really good. That's the best part about coaching them is they want the responsibility of having expectations.
I was going to say with like Raven and Michaela coming back, I couldn't see him getting very complacent with them here either. I mean, I'm sure Raven kind of dictates.
She does.
How that team's going to be too.
And we talked a lot. The only goal we gave them this year was to be consistent, and they did it. And that's the difference between being 11 and 19 last year and being 18 and 12 this year. It's just that they're being consistent every day. And I think they won't get complacent also because we're bringing in good recruits that are at positions that people are used to playing. So we tell them every year, your spot is not secure. Like if you want to play, then you got to earn it in practice. And we have no problem if a freshman wants to take a senior spot because we're going to put the best players on the floor.
With who you have coming back and who you have coming in, would you say it looks promising or very promising? What's it look like for them?
I think you can speculate all you want, but until you get out and you do it day in and day out, and you see it every year. People are ranked early in the preseason. Yeah. People are not ranked. You look at Michigan State this year. They go from they're having a down year and now they're number 1 seed. So you got to play the game. You got to practice. You got to do it every day.
Who do look for you in your eyes to have step up and be a leader role next year?
I think Raven does a great job. Courtney's done a great job. I think with Katie and Terry learning so much and learning from such a great leader like Raven and Courtney that and Malia this year, that those two are two that could take off with it. Jazz knows her expectations. She's played a lot of minutes. And then, some of the new players that you'll see next year, I think, have the capability to do it. So you never know. I mean, a new year, anything's possible.
Anything specific tonight after the game that you said to Malia Duncan?
I told her and Maddie both that we love them. I mean, so proud of them as people. And I do. I love coaching them. I love being around them as people. And we're definitely gonna miss them. Not just in basketball, like every day, just seeing them and stuff. And the best part about them leaving is I know they're gonna be successful in whatever they choose to do. So I feel good about their experience here and all the people that have helped kind of shape them. And they're gonna be great. They're gonna be great people in our society.
Coach, what was your message to the entire team after tonight's loss?
Just I'm very proud of them. Just what I said about our only goal for them from day one was be consistent. Because we knew we had talent, but if it didn't work hard every day, then it didn't matter that we had talent. And they rose to that challenge every day. And one of our biggest gripes kind of in the past couple of years was bad practices. Like, we need to be consistent. And this year, really, we've maybe had 5 all year. And that's pretty good. We practiced over 100 times. So, and that directly correlates to success. And, we told them we love them. Like, we love this group as people. It's been so fun to coach them and be around them every day. And, I mean, how do you not love to go in the gym and coach people that want to work hard? I mean, we have the best job in the world when you get a great group like we did.
Yeah, I've talked with a couple players, and they've said, preseason starts when their season's over. Mm-hmm. How good does that feel for you as a coach that they're going to be working hard when even you're not around? Yeah. They're making sure that they're getting in the gym, with NCAA regulations that you can't be with them.
Yeah.
So
they understand what it takes for this kind of season now, though. We would tell them, but now they did it and they saw. So now it's another growth in our program. Now they're going to tell the freshmen, and the freshmen are going to get it, and they're going to tell the freshmen. You know what I mean? Before it was us telling them. Now the players are telling each other, and that's what great teams do. They internally lead each other.
Coach, I know even though you ended the season on a loss, what kind of momentum do you have going into the off season?
I think we need to rest and take a little time off, especially people who are banged up and get healthy. But I think the postseason's a great time to improve them individually, and I know they're going to be hungry. It's not going to be like, we got to start working out again. I don't see that at all with our team. If anything, they're going to be in tomorrow. Like, can we watch film? Can we shoot? That's kind of the mentality that they have.
Do you guys come in next season with kind of a chip on your shoulder then, since you weren't able to play in the tournament this season, in the OVC tournament?
I think so. I think you always have a chip on your shoulder. If you want to be a great player, if you want to be a great team, you've got to stay kind of mad, like somebody didn't think you were good enough. And you know what? Every player in our program wasn't good enough for somebody. We had a lot of players be told they weren't Division I players, or people that said, you can't play here. So they all have a little bit of something to prove. And, you know, next year I'm sure they won't pick us to win the conference. So, you know, that's motivation right there. And people are going to say, can you have 18 wins again? That's motivation right there. You know, so I think you can turn any situation into motivation, really. And I promise you, like, from a coaching standpoint, our staff will never let them feel satisfied. Like, we're going to challenge them to be the best that they could possibly be every single day.
So another tough pre-conference schedule next year to count on?
Yeah, probably. We're working on that. And, you know, it's funny with scheduling. As you get better, people before would blow us up. Oh, can we play? We'll come to your place, sure. You know, now, you know, people don't want to call you back as much. So it becomes a little more challenging, I think, when you get better. People don't want to play at your place, and it's a lot easier to get games.
SLU's not coming back?
I don't know yet. They've
They
had
don't have a coach.
Yeah.
staff change, so I'm not sure who'll get that position, but we'll talk
They weren't
to
too
them.
happy last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, I have a question about the game. The other coach was talking about how some of your players hit shots that they normally wouldn't make, like Courtney. Can you just tell about the two big threes that she made at the clutch time? You guys were
You know,
sitting on
she's very streaky, and I think she makes shots in big moments, and she wants the ball. You know, you look at the end of the Eastern Illinois game, and, you know, you look at her percentage, and you might say, you know, those are shots she doesn't normally make, but if you've watched our team all year in clutch moments, she shoots the ball really well. So, I mean, I would have to disagree, I guess, with that a little bit.
And Coach, Hill had 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just tell me what they did defensively to try to take her?
You know, she's just not healthy, and that's the only person that's going to stop Jasmine Hill is Jasmine Hill. She's such a great shooter. In the last 3 games, and really it's been since the SEMO game at SEMO. She's been banged up, and give her a lot of credit for how tough she is. She's really fought through it and tried to play and been a great teammate, and but she's just not herself. You know, that's really what it boils down to. And her off season, she really needs to get healthy. But when she's healthy, we're a better team.
Did you see the momentum change when he came back at those 2 threes? It was 54 all, and then I think Demings hit like 2 baskets right after that.
She did. One at the end of the shot clock, and and that was a great pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. And, you know, we were down 4 and we had a 1-on-1 and we missed the front end, and we had opportunities, you know, and our team needs to be in those moments and come up short to not come up short the next time.
Can you kind of elaborate on how you really did not have an answer for Demings tonight? I mean, just with Malia Duncan and other replacements, I mean.
Yeah, you know, I mean, if you compare the shooting, we just didn't make enough shots.
Gotcha.
I thought we made, you know, we got a lot of great looks around the perimeter that we got to make, and, you know, we're going to keep recruiting players and better shooters and better players, and, you know, hopefully we get those same shots and those same opportunities.
Demings had an odd night. She made her first 2, then didn't score the rest of the first half, and then got a bunch. So her scoring was.
Yeah. Well, and she's a type of player that I think can go either way really fast.
Yeah.
You know, she can miss a lot, but she's going to keep shooting.
Yeah.
So give her a lot of credit, because eventually, you know, she's so aggressive, stays aggressive. Eventually she's going to get to the rim or get to a close range, see one go in, and now she can go back to shooting a little further away. Yeah. So she's going to, I mean, she'll be a great player. I think, you know, she's just going to get better and better.
It just looks like she's so hard to defend because she can shoot the 3 and she can drive and dish, and you don't know whether to play her tight or play off on her. You know.
Yeah, and, you know, it'd be, if we just had a little more size too. I thought Malia worked really hard on her, but, you know, she was a little bit undersized on her.
Yeah, she ended up, I think 10 of her 20 came in like about the last 4 minutes of the game.
Well, and she got to the free throw line some too, and didn't miss her free throws in the second half. Did a great job.
Coach, how frustrating is it when you're to watch the team as you're playing great defense, you're stopping their best player, yet you're not scoring? I mean, what do you tell the team to keep them motivated?
Just keep being aggressive. Like, I know eventually we'll make shots. You know, if we can guard them and make them take tough shots, I always like our chances. And, you know, really, you take the fouls out, it's probably 66 to 64, whatever. You know, somewhere in that range, and we want to keep it in the 50s. And, you know, we scored enough points to only give up 64 to 66, but we just, you know, it's too high scoring. That's not the way we wanted to play.
You know, looking at the stat sheet, any night.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Okay.
Coach, we'll let you get out of here. I think these guys